Hello humans, welcome back to St. Kalle. We have accepted a cultivating contract and we are making our way to the field right now. So you can see on the mini-map we are heading our way to field number 12 where we have accepted that cultivating contract. It is a larger field, but we are going to hopefully make quick work of it. We have a larger tractor and a large cultivator, so hopefully it does not take us too long to work through that field. So we have progressed on to December after we finished up in the last episode. It had started to rain in November and the rain did not stop until it got dark, so we were forced to move on to December. So you can see it is just about 9 a.m. in December, and we are hoping to have a good day today. There are a few other contracts that we may be able to get into after this cultivating contract. I will show you those once we get to that point, but for now we are going to get over here to field 12 and take care of this cultivation. So we are progressing pretty well right now. We have over $18,000 in the bank. The last couple harvest contracts really helped us out, allowing us to be able to bring in some decent money, but then also be able to have that additional income from the additional crop that we were able to pull off the field. So no harvesting contract available when I looked earlier today, so we are just taking what we have here in December, and that is this cultivation contract. So you can see field 12 down there on the mini map is one of the larger fields, but this tractor and this cultivator setup seems to be working rather well, so we are going to try to make quick work of cultivating up field 12 here. Alright, well we are making very quick work of this field. This tractor is having no problem pulling this cultivator. There you can see in the upper right that we have now completed 87% of this contract, so only one, maybe two more passes of the field will get us to the point that it will be completely cultivated, or at least completed the contract. I did ask in one of the previous videos if you thought that I should continue to finish out all of the contracts, or if you thought it would be cheating if I finished the contracts when it popped up to that 100%. Let me know below how you would vote. I did have at least one viewer comment and say that because of the number of contracts that we will be doing in this series, that it only makes sense to complete it when we hit 100%. So that made me feel good that some of you at least would not judge me if we finished the contracts when it popped up to 100% rather than finishing out the field completely. But we are down to our last few passes here. We probably will get the completed notification here in a brief moment, but I think because of how well that this tractor is pulling this cultivator and doing this job for us, that we are actually probably going to just complete this entire field. I may in the future only employ the strategy of finishing it when the contract says that it's completed, if the machinery is struggling. When I was talking about it in the previous episode, it was when we were trying to plow out that field and either the plow was too big or the tractor didn't have enough horsepower. We were really struggling in that episode, so not exactly sure what was going on with that one. Hopefully we don't run into that situation in the future, but if that does happen, we may go ahead and complete that when the contract shows as completed rather than finishing up the field. Talking about contracts being complete, you can see up there we got the notification that contract on field 12 is completed. But because of how easy this one has been going for us, we are going to zip around here at the end. We've got to make our way back the other way anyway to go to the store, so we may as well finish up cultivating this field completely. Alright, so let's get spun around here and make our final pass on the field. I absolutely just love the views on this map. In this morning time when the shadows are changing is really cool to see the animations of that. But just the mountains and the trees, this map is absolutely gorgeous. So don't mind doing a few more passes in this field here with this amazing view that we have out here in front of us. But after we finish up this field, we are going to make our way back to the store, return these items, collect our payment for this contract, and then we are going to see what else we might have available to us to start working on. So there we go. That is the field completely cultivated. There are a few missed bits here and there. We're not going to worry about finishing every single piece of the field, especially because if it was our own field, we would probably miss some bits here and there anyway, like I do on some of my other Let's Plays. So let's go ahead and get back to the farm, collect our payment, and see what other contracts we have available to us. Alright, here we are back at the store. So let's go ahead, jump out, and collect the payment for that cultivating contract. So you can see $39.91. We did borrow the item, so about $3,300 coming into the bank account. There we go. That puts us up over 21,000. So you can see we have some plowing contracts here, which make me a little bit nervous just based off of how the last one went for us. So we have 1, 9, and 10. So let's check and see the size of those fields. So we've got field 1 here, field 9 here, and field 10 down here at the bottom of the map. So let's go ahead and accept field 10. Although it is a longer drive, it does look like it might be, actually it does tell us the size. So 2.49, 2.9, and 3.55 acres of the fields here. So we're going to go ahead and just grab this one here and head down to field number 10 to plow up the field for them. So we'll jump into the Valtra here, grab our plow, which is a rather small plow by the looks of it, but hopefully we can make quick work of that field with this setup. It does not look like it is that large of a field. Alright, now we just need to figure out how to get there, so let's go ahead and start to make our way to field number 10. Alright, we have made our way up to the field. You can see it's up here on the left. I'm hoping there's an entrance to the field down here. Nope, does not look like it. Maybe we can snake through here without getting tangled in the trees and the brush. Alright, very nice. Okay, so here it is, field number 10, and we are going to go ahead and start to get this ready to go. So, alright, we want to rotate the plow. Do we? No, I think we want it this way. Or do we want it the other way? Maybe we do want it this way. We want to do that. We want to go ahead and drop it down and then start to get this field plowed up. So there we go. We are plowing field number 10, starting our second contract of the day. So this does look like it's going to take quite some time, as this plow is only about the width of the tractor here. So how many ever passes it would take to cover this field with the tractor looks to be the number of passes that it is going to take for us to finish out this field. I think that is okay. I think that we have the time. It is not even 11 a.m. yet, and so far this tractor seems to be doing well. This field is much flatter than the one that we plowed out last time, which is great. So we will continue to make our way around the field here and get this completely plowed up for our neighbor. Alright, welcome back in. You can see that we just got the notification for 50% of this contract completed. It is pretty slow going here with the size of the plow that we have. If I line it up perfect, I can sometimes get 4 rows of what looked to be a corn crop. Maybe it was sunflowers. I'm not 100% sure, but I can get 3 rows pretty easily. If I try, sometimes I can get 4 rows of it plowed up at once. So we're actually going to try to do 4 rows here and get all of this at once. But if I'm not careful, I start to miss bits like I am right there. So yeah, it is taking us not a long time, but longer than I would like. Would love to have been given a little bit larger piece of equipment here. I have a little bit larger plow to knock this out, but beggars can't be choosers. Maybe buying a plow might be something that we look at doing. I do need to continue to remind myself that we should be looking at the sale every single month to see if there's anything in there that's a good steal. I don't know if I love the idea of spending money as we are trying to save up as much as we can to own every single plot of farmland on this map here, but something like a wide plow that would be cheap would be really nice, or something like a fertilizer spreader with a large width might be really nice as well. So obviously knowing that can't use any of that unless we have our own tractor, but maybe what we have is a little bit better than what we would be given. So say we had a 6 meter wide plow here rather than this one, it would have made this job quite quick. So yes, we would have still had to borrow the tractor, which would have also had us borrow this plow, but then we could have chose to use our larger plow and knocked out this field much quicker. So definitely something to keep in mind as we continue to work on trying to own the map here, trying to be strategic like that and thinking about which pieces might be good pieces for us to target. But I don't think I will be buying anything new. I think that we will just be trying to stay on top of the sale and look and see what we might be able to get that would help us out with future contracts. But we are going to continue making our way towards completing this contract. I love this map and how the light just plays on the map with the effect of the mountains and the time of day, with it being December and almost noon. I'm guessing, December, sun being lower in the sky, so the mountains are impacting it a little bit more, which is why it is, going from dark to light, light to dark, as we are working on this contract here on this field. But there you go. You can see we are at 70% of this field completed, and we are going to jump back into a small time lapse here, and I will see you as we are finishing up the last of the field. Alright, we are making our last pass up the field here. I'm assuming we are going to get that 100% completion, and I will probably go ahead and call that good. There are definitely a lot of missed pieces all the way around this field, but again, with the size of this plow, I feel like we did quite a good job. I also just don't want to run around trying to get all of the missed pieces from the field. So we are probably going to call it a compromise, and once we hit that 100%, say thank you very much. I wish I had a larger plow. Probably would have done a little bit better if I had. But we are going to call that complete. So I say that, but I am still having to chase these mist bits around the field. I'm guessing that is just because this field is so much smaller that it takes quite a bit more for it to actually mark as completed, because the amount that we have missed percentage-wise is probably actually quite a bit of this smaller field. So let's go ahead and spin around and try to clean up a little bit of the field here until we get that 100% complete notification. Unless, of course, we already have gotten it and I just missed it. Nope, we are only at 98%. So we're going to scoot around the field here and clean up some of these missed portions to get us up to that 100%. And there we go. We finally got that contract completed notification. That took a lot longer to clean that up than I thought it would. Usually there is quite a big leeway on the contracts, but I'm guessing just because of the smaller footprint of this field, there was less tolerance. So that is fine. We definitely want to make sure that we are doing what we've been paid to do. So there we go. We've got that field completely plowed up. So we're going to sneak through that opening in the gate here, try to not cause an accident, and we're going to make our way back up to the store, get this returned, and see what we might have in the contract menu once we get up there. Last time there was just 2 other plowing contracts, which is totally fine. We can accept those if they are still there, but maybe we'll have something different. Maybe another cultivation, maybe a fertilization, or spraying herbicide. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll get up there and see what we might have available to us. Okay, back at the store. Let's go ahead and jump in here, and we are going to collect our $2,000 from plowing that field. All right, so $23,000 in the bank, which is great. We're going to see, okay, so we still have field 1, field 9, and now field 16. That does look like a bigger plow, does look like a bigger tractor as well. How big is field 16? That is the largest one on the map. So let's go ahead and actually advance time just a little bit. We have just made our way into the afternoon here in December. So let's go ahead and move on to, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock. And we'll see if we have maybe any more contracts available to us. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back in. Nope, still only the 3 plowing. So field 1 or field 9. Field 1 is probably the one we're going to accept. Let's jump back in here. Field 1 and field 9. Actually, field 9 looks like it has a larger plow. So let's go ahead and accept that contract, and we will do some more plow work here in December. All right. And I just did that. Well, that's a shame. I accepted that contract rather than borrowing equipment. So I want to actually cancel that. Yes, we know we're going to lose all that payment, which is really unfortunate. Okay, so we are going to collect that, which is 0. And then rather working with that small plow again, we're going to go for the big one. We're going to go for field number 16. And rather than doing all of the plowing here in the same episode, we are actually probably going to just end the episode here. And when we come back in our next episode, we will jump into this Deutzfahr here with a much larger plow than we just used in the last field, and we will then head to field 16 and get that plowed out. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time as we continue to work our way towards owning the map.